Hi, this is Tanja Weir and welcome to Spunky Cards. Today I want to show you how I heat embossed this butterfly. See if you can see it shine in white. And actually I embossed this with clear embossing powder on white paper, and so that's why it looks white. And then I sponged around it. Now clear embossing powder is really hard to see on videos, so I'm going to show you how I did this, except for we're going to be using silver embossing powder. To emboss, heat emboss, you have to have an ink that will catch your embossing powder, and I like to use Versamark. The stamp set we're working with is Strength and Hope. Very beautiful set. And here's my Versamark part. My Versamark pad is very loved, which means it's not white anymore. But I don't want you to worry about that. It is a clear ink, more like a watermark, that works on lots of colors, every color to be a matter of fact. And it's very juicy and sticky, so it really lends itself to heat embossing. So I have some silver heat embossing powder, and if you see I keep my embossing powders in the drawer, so I actually poured some one time on the bottom of my lid so that I could fast and easy see where it's at. Now I forgot to use the embossing buddy. We can talk about that in another video. Right now the air here is fairly humid in Wichita, Kansas, so my embossing powder is not going to stick to anything but the Versamark. But in the winter I have to use the embossing buddy. See how beautiful the silver powder sticks to my Versamark and how intricate this design is of the butterfly. Okay, let me pour this back into my container. So a little embossing powder lasts you a long time. This container is gonna be my friend for a while. Okay, to heat emboss we need to melt our powder, so here's my heat tool, and I'm going to warm this up and then go in circular motions. And do you see how the color is changing? Isn't that beautiful? That's how you know your embossing powder is set. Absolutely stunning. And now we come to the fun part, to sponge around it. Let me make some room. And I have my sponge daubers in Melon Mambo and Rich Razzleberry. Two beautiful colors that will go with my silver butterfly. And then I grab some ink from the pad, and I'm just going to start working that into my butterfly. Now in the original we had clear embossing powder on white background, so that area stays white because the clear just covers the white, but you can see how the yellow worked in one wing and the real red worked into the other. And here I'm working it all into the leftover not embossed areas of the butterfly. So let me grab some Rich Razzleberries and finish this off, and I'm just going to work in circular motions all around it. And you can spend a lot or a little time on this, depending on how much color you want to apply. I'm going to come back with the Melon Mambo and work on my transition here. I love my cards to be very vibrant. Okay, so that is the secret behind embossing, heat embossing that is. But let's see how this looks on a card. And since I worked with the Rich Razzleberry and the Melon Mambo, I just made a card in those two colors. It always looks really nice when a piece like this has a white frame. So I cut a piece of cardstock that is just a little bit bigger. Here we go. Let me grab some glue dots to attach it. 1, 2. And it goes in the center of my card. Actually, I'm going to raise it just a tad little bit because I did want a sentiment on here, and I've already prepared it. My daughter's favorite new stamp set. And put that right here. And you have a beautiful card with using heat embossing and the butterfly from the Strength and Hope set. Thanks for watching. Check in back soon. This is Tanya. Bye-bye.